In today's video, we'll explore 22 of the most common Costco interview questions and answers you'll be asked by hiring managers during your interview. Each answer can be customized to highlight your unique qualifications and experiences. Before your interview, it's important to research the company and review the job description so you can incorporate key skills relevant to the job role in your answers. Question number 1. Can you tell me about yourself? When answering this question, focus on giving a clear and structured overview of your background, relevant experience, and strengths that align with the role. Hiring managers are looking for a confident summary that connects your past experiences to Costco's focus on customer service, teamwork, and reliability. Keep it professional but natural. Avoid reciting your resume word for word and instead highlight key moments that show your value. End your answer by briefly tying everything back to why you're a strong fit for the position. I describe myself as someone who takes pride in being dependable, positive, and focused on creating a good experience for others. I've spent a lot of time in environments where teamwork and customer interaction are important, which has helped me become comfortable communicating with different types of people and staying calm when things get busy. In my previous experience, I made it a priority to not just complete tasks, but to be someone my team could rely on, whether that meant helping a coworker finish their work or stepping in during peak times without being asked. I also pay close attention to details, especially when it comes to accuracy and organization, because I know those small things make a big difference in a fast-moving setting. Overall, I'm someone who shows up ready to work, supports the team, and stays focused on doing things the right way. Question number 2. Why do you want to work at Costco? When answering this question, show that you've done your research and understand what makes Costco different from other retailers. Hiring managers want to see genuine interest in the company's values, especially its focus on employees, customer service, and efficiency. Avoid generic answers about just needing a job. Connect your personal work style and values to what Costco represents. Keep it specific and show that you're motivated to contribute long-term. I want to work at Costco because it's known for treating both employees and customers the right way, and that really stands out to me. I've read a lot about how the company focuses on creating a positive work environment, which I think plays a big role in why employees stay motivated and provide strong service. That's the kind of environment I want to be part of. I also appreciate how Costco values efficiency and teamwork, especially in busy situations, because I enjoy working in fast-paced settings where everyone supports each other to get things done. For me, it's not just about having a job, it's about being somewhere I can grow, stay consistent, and contribute to a team that takes pride in their work. I feel like my mindset and work ethic align well with what Costco looks for in its employees. Question number 3. What do you know about Costco? For this question, demonstrate that you've taken time to understand the company beyond the basics. Hiring managers are looking for awareness of Costco's business model, leadership, and values. Mention key facts like the membership model, product strategy, and company culture, including its founders. Keep your answer clear and confident, showing that you're genuinely interested in the company and what makes it successful. I know that Costco was co-founded by James Sinegal and Jeffrey Brotman, and that the company has built a strong reputation by focusing on value, efficiency, and treating both employees and customers well. Costco operates on a membership-based model, which helps create a loyal customer base and allows the company to offer high-quality products at competitive prices. Instead of offering a huge variety of items, Costco focuses on a more limited selection, but ensures those products meet a high standard, which builds trust with members. I also know the company is well known for paying employees fairly and creating a positive work environment, which leads to strong teamwork and better customer service. Costco is also recognized for its efficiency, especially during busy times, and for maintaining a clean and organized warehouse setup. Overall, it's a company known for consistency, strong values, and long-term customer loyalty. Question number 4. Describe a time you provided excellent customer service. When answering this question, use a clear example that shows how you went beyond basic service. Hiring managers want to see that you can recognize customer needs, take initiative, and create a positive experience. Focus on your actions, your thought process, and the outcome. Even if you don't have formal work experience, you can use school, volunteering, or everyday situations. In one situation, a customer approached me looking for a product that we had just sold out of, and they were clearly frustrated because they had made a special trip for it. Instead of simply telling them we didn't have it, I took a moment to understand exactly what they needed and asked a few questions to see if there were suitable alternatives. I checked our system to confirm when the item might be restocked and then walked them over to a similar product that matched most of their needs. I also explained the differences so they could make an informed decision rather than feeling rushed. By the end of the interaction, the customer appreciated the effort and ended up purchasing the alternative product. That experience showed me that good customer service isn't just about having the right answer, it's about taking the time to help someone feel heard and supported. Question number 5. How do you handle difficult customers? When answering this question, focus on showing patience, emotional control, and a solution-oriented mindset. Hiring managers want to see that you don't take things personally and that you can stay calm even when someone is upset. Emphasize listening first, then taking action to resolve the issue while following company policies. The key is to show that you aim to turn a negative situation into a positive experience. I handle difficult customers by staying calm, listening carefully, and focusing on what I can do to help rather than reacting to the situation. I've learned that when someone is frustrated, they usually just want to feel heard first, so I make sure to give them my full attention without interrupting. I acknowledge their concerns so they know I understand why they're upset, and then I shift the conversation toward finding a solution. For example, if there's an issue with a product or service, I explain the options clearly and do my best to guide them toward a resolution that meets their needs while staying within company guidelines. I also keep my tone respectful and steady because that often helps de-escalate the situation. In my experience, when you stay professional and focused on helping, most difficult interactions can be turned into positive ones where the customer leaves feeling respected. Question number 6. Tell me about a time you worked in a team. For this question, choose an example where teamwork was essential to achieving a goal. Hiring managers are looking for your ability to communicate, support others, and contribute to a shared outcome. Highlight your role in the team and how you helped keep things running smoothly, especially during busy or challenging situations. Show that you value collaboration over individual recognition. In one situation, I was part of a team responsible for handling a very busy shift where we were short-staffed and had a high volume of customers. Instead of everyone focusing only on their own tasks, we made a quick plan to support each other by communicating constantly and stepping in wherever help was needed. I took the initiative to check in with teammates regularly, making sure no one was falling behind or getting overwhelmed. At one point, I noticed a coworker struggling to keep up with a long line, so I stepped in to assist without being asked, which helped reduce wait times and kept things moving efficiently. What stood out to me was how much smoother everything ran when we worked together rather than individually. That experience reinforced the importance of teamwork, especially in fast-paced environments, and showed me how small actions can make a big difference for both the team and the customers. Question number 7. How do you handle a fast-paced work environment? When answering this question, demonstrate that you can stay organized, focused, and composed under pressure. Hiring managers want to know that you won't become overwhelmed during busy periods and that you can maintain both speed and accuracy. Talk about how you manage your time, prioritize tasks, and stay mentally steady when things get hectic. Showing a positive attitude toward busy environments is a big plus. I handle a fast-paced work environment by staying organized, focused, and mentally prepared for things to move quickly. I understand that in busy settings, especially in retail, things can change from one moment to the next, so I make it a priority to stay flexible and adapt as needed. I usually start by prioritizing tasks based on urgency and impact, making sure the most important things are handled first while still keeping an eye on everything else. I also try to maintain a steady rhythm in my work so I don't rush and make mistakes because accuracy is just as important as speed. When things get especially busy, I stay calm and remind myself to focus on one task at a time instead of getting overwhelmed by everything at once. I actually enjoy fast-paced environments because they keep me engaged, and I find that I perform best when I'm actively moving and contributing to a team effort. Question number 8. Describe a time you had a conflict with a coworker. When answering this question, show maturity, professionalism, and your ability to resolve issues respectfully. Hiring managers want to see that you don't escalate conflict and that you focus on solutions rather than blame. Choose an example where you communicated effectively and worked toward a positive outcome. Make sure to highlight what you learned from the experience and how it improved your teamwork. I once had a situation where a coworker and I disagreed on how to divide tasks during a busy shift. We were both trying to be efficient, but we had different approaches, which caused some tension. Instead of letting it affect our work, I took a step back and asked if we could quickly talk through it. I listened to their perspective first, which helped me understand their reasoning, and then I shared my thoughts in a calm and respectful way. We realized that combining parts of both approaches would actually work better, so we adjusted our plan and moved forward. After that, communication between us improved because we had built a level of mutual respect. That experience taught me that most conflicts come from miscommunication, and when you take the time to listen and stay professional, you can turn it into something productive. It also helped me become more aware of how important it is to stay open-minded and flexible when working closely with others, especially in fast-paced environments where quick collaboration is necessary. Question number 9. What does good customer service mean to you? For this question, focus on your understanding of creating a positive and memorable experience for customers. Hiring managers want to see that you go beyond basic service and truly care about helping people. Highlight qualities like attentiveness, communication, and consistency. Show that you understand how good service impacts both the customer and the company. To me, good customer service means making sure every person feels valued, respected, and genuinely helped from the moment they walk in to the moment they leave. It's not just about completing a transaction, but about creating a positive experience that makes someone want to come back. That includes being attentive, listening carefully to what the customer needs, and responding in a way that is both helpful and efficient. I think consistency is also a big part of it, because customers should be able to rely on the same level of service every time they visit. Even small things like a friendly attitude, clear communication, and willingness to go the extra step can make a big difference. I also believe good customer service means staying patient and professional, even in challenging situations, because how you handle those moments is what people remember most. Overall, it's about making the customer's experience as smooth and positive as possible while representing the company in the best way. Question number 10. Tell me about a time you went above and beyond at work. When answering this question, choose a situation where you exceeded expectations without being asked. Hiring managers want to see initiative, effort, and a willingness to contribute beyond your basic responsibilities. Focus on what motivated you to go the extra mile and the impact it had. Make sure your example feels genuine and not forced. In one situation, I noticed that a customer was trying to find several items for a specific event and seemed a bit overwhelmed. Instead of just pointing them in the right direction, I decided to walk with them through the store and help them locate everything on their list. As we went along, I also suggested a few additional items that could help based on what they were planning. It took extra time, but I could tell it made their experience much easier and less stressful. By the end, they were really appreciative and mentioned that they didn't expect that level of help. For me, it wasn't about doing something extraordinary. It was about recognizing an opportunity to make someone's experience better and acting on it. That moment stood out because it showed me how taking a little extra time can leave a lasting impression. It also reinforced my belief that going above and beyond doesn't always require big actions, just a willingness to be attentive and helpful when it matters most. Question number 11. How do you prioritize tasks during busy periods? When answering this question, demonstrate your ability to stay organized and make smart decisions under pressure. Hiring managers want to know that you can manage multiple responsibilities without becoming overwhelmed. Talk about how you assess urgency, stay focused, and adjust as needed. Showing that you can balance speed with accuracy is important. When things get busy, I prioritize tasks by first identifying what needs immediate attention and what can be handled shortly after. I try to focus on tasks that directly impact customers first, because keeping things moving for them is usually the top priority. At the same time, I stay aware of other responsibilities so nothing gets overlooked. I find that staying organized mentally and keeping a steady pace helps me avoid feeling overwhelmed. If priorities shift, I'm comfortable adjusting quickly and communicating with my team so we stay aligned. I also make it a point to stay calm and not rush in a way that leads to mistakes, because fixing errors later can slow things down even more. Over time, I've learned that being efficient isn't just about moving fast, it's about making good decisions in the moment and staying focused on what matters most while still maintaining quality in everything I do. Question number 12. Describe a time you made a mistake at work and how you fixed it. When answering this question, be honest and choose a real mistake that shows accountability and growth. Hiring managers are not expecting perfection. They want to see that you take responsibility, learn quickly, and prevent the same issue from happening again. Focus on what you did to fix the situation and what you changed afterward. Keep the tone positive and show that the experience made you better. In one situation, I made a mistake by misunderstanding a task during a busy shift, which caused a delay in getting something completed on time. As soon as I realized what happened, I didn't try to ignore it or shift responsibility. I addressed it right away. I let my supervisor know, explained what went wrong, and immediately focused on correcting it as quickly and accurately as possible. I also checked in with anyone affected to make sure everything was back on track. Afterward, I took some time to reflect on why the mistake happened and realized I had rushed through instructions without fully confirming the details. From that point on, I made it a habit to double-check important information, especially during fast-paced situations. That experience helped me become more attentive and proactive, and it improved the way I approach tasks under pressure. It also showed me that taking ownership and acting quickly can turn a mistake into a learning moment rather than a bigger problem. Question number 13. What are your strengths? When answering this question, focus on 2-3 strengths that are directly relevant to the role, such as reliability, teamwork, or customer service. Hiring managers want to see that you understand what the job requires and can clearly explain how your strengths will add value. Avoid being too generic. Briefly support each strength with a real example or behavior. Keep your tone confident but natural, not exaggerated. I would say my biggest strengths are reliability, attention to detail, and my ability to work well with others. I take pride in being someone people can count on, whether it's showing up on time, completing tasks properly, or stepping in when help is needed. In past situations, I've been trusted to handle responsibilities without constant supervision because I stay focused and follow through. I also pay close attention to details, which helps me avoid mistakes and keep things running smoothly, especially in fast-paced environments where accuracy matters. At the same time, I work well in a team setting because I communicate clearly and stay aware of how my actions affect others. I'm always willing to support teammates to keep things moving efficiently. Overall, I bring a steady, consistent approach to my work, and I try to make a positive impact not just on tasks, but on the team as a whole. Question number 14. What is your greatest weakness? For this question, choose a real but manageable weakness that won't raise concerns about your ability to do the job. Hiring managers are looking for honesty, self-awareness, and a willingness to improve. Focus more on what you're doing to work on it, rather than the weakness itself. Avoid cliches and make your answer feel genuine and thoughtful. One area I've been working on is sometimes taking on too much responsibility because I want to make sure everything is done properly. In the past, I would step in to help with multiple tasks at once, which occasionally made it harder to stay as efficient as I could be. I realized that while my intentions were good, it's important to balance helping others with managing my own workload effectively. To improve, I've been focusing on prioritizing tasks more clearly and communicating with my team so we can divide responsibilities in a way that makes the most sense. I've also been more mindful about recognizing when to step in and when to trust others to handle their part. This has helped me become more organized and efficient while still being supportive. I see it as a positive area of growth because it's helped me develop better judgment and stronger teamwork skills overall. Question number 15. Are you able to work flexible hours, including weekends and holidays? When answering this question, be clear, honest, and show willingness to meet the needs of the business. Hiring managers value flexibility, especially in retail environments where peak times often include weekends and holidays. If you have limitations, briefly explain them while still showing a cooperative attitude. Keep your response straightforward and positive. Yes, I'm able to work flexible hours, including weekends and holidays, and I understand that those are often the busiest and most important times in a retail environment. I'm someone who values consistency and reliability, so if I'm scheduled, I make sure to show up prepared and ready to contribute. I also understand that flexibility helps the team operate smoothly, especially during peak periods when customer demand is higher. In my experience, working those shifts can actually be a great opportunity to stay engaged and support the team when it matters most. I try to keep an open schedule and plan ahead so I can be available when needed. At the same time, I communicate clearly if anything comes up, so there are no surprises. Overall, I'm committed to being dependable and making sure I'm available to support the team during key times. Question number 16. Why should we hire you? When answering this question, bring together your skills, attitude, and work ethic into a clear value statement. Hiring managers want to understand what makes you different and how you will contribute to the team. Focus on qualities that align with Costco's priorities, like teamwork, efficiency, and customer service. Be confident, but keep it grounded and realistic. You should hire me because I bring a combination of reliability, a strong work ethic, and a genuine focus on supporting both customers and the team. I take pride in showing up ready to work, staying consistent, and doing things the right way even during busy or challenging situations. I'm someone who stays positive and focused, which helps me perform well in fast-paced environments where teamwork is important. I also make an effort to go beyond just completing tasks by paying attention to details and looking for ways to improve efficiency or help others when needed. I believe that small actions, like being dependable and maintaining a good attitude, can have a big impact on the overall work environment. I'm also eager to learn and grow within the company, which means I'm not just looking for a short-term role, but an opportunity to contribute and improve over time. Overall, I'm confident I would be a strong, consistent addition to the team. Question number 17. How do you handle stress at work? When answering this question, show that you can stay calm, focused, and productive under pressure. Hiring managers want to know that stress won't impact your performance or attitude, especially during busy periods. Talk about practical ways you manage stress, like staying organized or breaking tasks down. Keep the tone positive and show that you see pressure as something you can handle, not avoid. I handle stress by staying focused on what I can control and keeping a clear, organized approach to my work. In busy situations, I try not to think about everything at once, but instead break tasks down and handle them step by step. That helps me stay productive without feeling overwhelmed. I also make it a point to stay calm and maintain a steady pace because I've found that rushing usually leads to mistakes, which creates more stress in the long run. If things become especially hectic, I communicate with my team to stay aligned and make sure we're supporting each other. I've learned that a positive mindset makes a big difference, so I remind myself that busy moments are temporary and part of the job. Over time, I've become more comfortable working under pressure, and I actually perform well in those environments because I stay focused and consistent. Question number 18. How do you stay organized at work? For this question, demonstrate your ability to manage tasks efficiently and stay on top of responsibilities. Hiring managers are looking for structure, attention to detail, and consistency. Talk about simple systems or habits you use to stay organized, especially in fast-paced settings. Show that your organization helps both your performance and the team's overall efficiency. I stay organized by keeping a clear mental and physical structure to how I approach my tasks. I like to prioritize what needs to be done first and then work through everything in a logical order so nothing gets missed. During busy shifts, I make a conscious effort to keep my workspace clean and organized because that helps me move more efficiently and avoid unnecessary mistakes. I also check in with myself throughout the shift to make sure I'm staying on track and adjusting if priorities change. If new tasks come up, I quickly assess where they fit and handle them without losing focus on my main responsibilities. I've found that staying organized not only helps me work faster, but also reduces stress and keeps everything running smoothly. It also allows me to be more helpful to my team because I'm not falling behind or trying to catch up on unfinished work. Question number 19. What would you do if you saw a coworker not following company policy? When answering this question, show integrity, professionalism, and respect for teamwork. Hiring managers want to see that you take company standards seriously but also handle situations carefully. Emphasize addressing the issue appropriately, not ignoring it or overreacting. Focus on doing what's right while maintaining a respectful approach. If I saw a coworker not following company policy, my first step would be to make sure I fully understand the situation before reacting. If it seemed like a simple mistake or misunderstanding, I would approach them respectfully and mention it in a helpful way, giving them a chance to correct it. I believe it's important to support each other as a team, and sometimes people just need a quick reminder. However, if the situation involves something more serious or continued to happen, I would follow the proper process and bring it to a supervisor's attention. I wouldn't ignore it because policies are in place for a reason, whether it's safety, efficiency, or fairness. At the same time, I would handle it professionally and avoid creating unnecessary conflict. My goal would always be to protect the team and the company while maintaining a respectful and supportive work environment. Question number 20. How do you stay motivated during repetitive tasks? For this question, show that you can maintain a strong work ethic even when tasks become routine. Hiring managers want to know that you won't lose focus or effort over time. Talk about how you stay mentally engaged and take pride in consistency. Highlight that you understand repetitive tasks are still important to overall operations. I stay motivated during repetitive tasks by focusing on the importance of doing them well and consistently. I understand that even simple or routine tasks play a big role in keeping everything running smoothly, especially in a busy environment. I try to set small goals for myself, like maintaining a steady pace or improving my efficiency, which helps keep me engaged throughout the shift. I also take pride in doing things the right way every time because consistency builds trust with both customers and teammates. Another thing that helps is staying aware of how my work contributes to the bigger picture, which gives me a sense of purpose even in routine tasks. I also keep a positive mindset and remind myself that every role has repetitive elements, but how you approach them makes the difference. By staying focused and consistent, I'm able to maintain a strong level of performance throughout the day. Question number 21. What would you do if a customer asked for help with something you didn't know? When answering this question, show honesty, resourcefulness, and a commitment to helping the customer. Hiring managers want to see that you won't guess or give incorrect information, but instead take the initiative to find the right answer. Emphasize communication, teamwork, and follow through. The goal is to show that even if you don't know something right away, you'll still deliver a strong customer experience. If a customer asked me something I didn't know, I would be honest and let them know I want to make sure I give them the correct information. Instead of guessing, I would take immediate steps to find the answer, whether that means checking available resources, asking a coworker, or reaching out to a supervisor. I would also keep the customer informed so they know I'm actively working on helping them, rather than leaving them unsure. If possible, I'd stay with them or return quickly with the information so they don't feel like they've been left waiting. I believe it's better to take a little extra time to provide the right answer than to risk giving incorrect information. In my experience, customers appreciate honesty and effort more than having an instant response. This approach also helps build trust and shows that I'm committed to helping them in the best way possible, even in situations where I need to learn something new. And finally, here's the last Costco interview question and answer. Question number 22. Do you have any questions for me or for us? When answering this question, treat it as an opportunity to show genuine interest in the role and the company. Hiring managers are looking for candidates who are thoughtful, engaged, and thinking beyond just getting the job. Avoid saying no and instead ask questions that reflect your interest in growth, expectations, and team culture. Strong questions can leave a lasting positive impression and show that you're serious about the opportunity. Yes, I do have a few questions. First, what does success look like for someone in this role within the first few months? I'd like to understand how I can meet and exceed expectations early on. Second, how would you describe the team environment here, especially during busy periods? I think understanding how the team works together is really important. Third, what are some qualities you've seen in employees who do really well and grow within the company. That would help me better understand how I can contribute long term. And lastly, is there anything about my background or experience that you'd like me to clarify or expand on? I always appreciate the chance to address any questions directly. Overall, I'm very interested in this opportunity and would love to contribute in a way that supports both the team and the customer experience. If you want to learn more on how to land jobs and reach your career goals, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button to get new videos every single week. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because that motivates me to keep doing what I do. Stay safe, keep smiling, and good luck.